I'm Lisa Leonard, and on behalf of the Lynn University Conservatory of Music, I'd like to welcome you to our 5th Philharmonia concert. We'll be broadcasting live from Boca Raton, which is, for those of you not familiar with Florida, pretty much right in between West Palm Beach and Miami. I'd like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about our Conservatory of Music at Lynn University. We are relatively small with about 90 students, and we love this fact. We don't ever intend to grow well beyond that number because we really like what we can do for our students with this number. One of the things is having one single orchestra, which means that everybody always is involved in these concerts. There's no rotation, we don't have different orchestras, and so every student is involved with all of our concerts. Also involved for every single semester that a student is here, whether they're doing their undergraduate or their graduate degrees, they have chamber music for the full time that they're here. Everyone's always involved in these groups. So we really like our size. And what you'll be hearing this evening is one of our featured concerto competition winners. We hold a yearly concerto competition which has 2 winners and an alternate. And our first winner was presented earlier on in the year, and that was a violinist playing the Wieniawski second violin concerto. And our second winner this evening is a marimbist, who we have our percussion professor here with us this evening. He is Michael Parola. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Lisa.
And his student will be playing the Ne Rosario Marimba Concerto. Also on this evening's concert is a piece called Rainbow Body by Christopher Theophanidis, and he is an American composer, originally from Dallas. He teaches at the Peabody Conservatory, and this piece is sort of an example of our commitment to 21st century music here at Lynn. We have a wonderful new music festival that occupies about 2 weeks of our semester, where we bring in a composer in residence and we explore contemporary repertoire. And this concert is not a part of our festival, but still always included is something contemporary, mixed with some of the more traditional repertoire. So the second half is the Brahms Fourth Symphony. This piece, Rainbow Body, I'm hearing great things about it. I've not heard it, but I really look forward to hearing it. And it is based on some of the chants by the great 12th century composer Hildegard von Bingen. And her music, as described by Theophanidis, is something that is about life and beauty, and the title is from Tibetan Buddhism, concerning what happens to one after they pass on, and after death they are turned into light and energy rather than focused on decaying in the earth. And so he chose this title to sort of parallel the message that he finds her chance to have. And we're really looking forward to that piece. Mike, maybe you can speak a little bit about the Marimba Concerto.
Well, we have a wonderful student soloist, Piero Guimarães, who has come to us this year from Brazil, and he's a native of Sao Paulo, and he is in our professional performer certificate program, and he won the concerto competition, which we're very happy about. He's a wonderful marimbist and works on playing solo marimba quite extensively. The Ne Rosario Concerto has actually become, I guess, the most popular marimba concerto in the repertory now. It's really a standard work. Ne Rosario is a Brazilian marimbist and a composer and educator, and this piece has just really taken hold in the repertory and is played worldwide and played literally hundreds of times a year. It's really a virtuoso showpiece for the marimbist. It's scored for marimba solo with string orchestra. It's really a light virtuoso piece. It's actually unusual in that it's a concerto that's in 4 movements. The reason for it is that it originally started its life as a serenade, and Rosario intended it to be actually maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 movements in a serenade, but he decided to stop with 4 movements, put the 4 movements together, and have it be a concerto. So it's very lively, very virtuosic, also has some very wonderful lyrical movements, lyrical moments in it, and it's quite a workout for the marimbist to play. And Piero does a wonderful job with it, and we enjoy hearing him do it. Just to mention, also what Lisa was mentioning, the commitment to having new pieces on orchestra concerts, as well as having in the music festival having in the chamber music arena is something that we're all very dedicated to, and we're very glad to be able to have a piece such as the Rosario and also the Theophanides piece to be able to present to you this evening.
The great Brahms Fourth Symphony. And this is an example of the more traditional repertoire that the university is very focused on covering for our students. We've also this year done Tchaikovsky 4,
Shostakovich 10th Symphony,
Shostakovich 10th,
Beethoven 5th Symphony, the large traditional symphonic works, and we're very happy that our orchestra is able to perform those pieces.
Yeah, and so we really like this kind of balance. And
here he is, coming in now from the
we
side.
have our maestro,
That's me.
who is willing to come out here and say hello briefly before going backstage to prepare. This is the wonderful maestro George Albert Schramm.
Hi.
He is.
How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Good to see you, George.
Good to see you.
And we're here talking to our incredible audience that is spread out over the world.
All right.
Right before the beginning of this concert.
All right.
And we were just discussing some of the other more traditional works that we've done, like we're doing Brahms 4 this evening.
Yes.
And all of the interesting programs that we create working with both contemporary music and more traditional works.
Yes.
Being able to feature our incredible students like we're doing tonight with Piero.
Yes.
And
our incredible faculty, because you played earlier this year.
that's true.
On a world premiere, no less. We've got hot stuff then.
Yes, that's very true. We have a great time here at
Yes,
Lynn.
we do. We're very creative.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we right the edge.
Right
That's
at the
good.
edge.
Yeah, we right the edge, and we also take care of the basics, which is good, because we couldn't do the one without the other.
Absolutely.
That's right. And I think that's really where fun things get to happen. Again, concerning our small size, oftentimes we have a little more flexibility where faculty can truly work side by side with students, and the students can watch us as we bravely go into doing world premieres for audiences like we did in January with a commissioned piece for piano and trumpet. And strings, sort of a companion to the first Shostakovich piano concerto. But we enjoy ourselves so much.
That's right.
And we know that you will enjoy this evening's performance.
Yes, we're glad you could come.
Very glad that you
It's going
could
to be great. Discovered a lot of things about Brahms Fourth again as we were doing this, I had not done this one here before. And I realized once again, musicians used to tell me that it is real musicians' music, not necessarily first audience music, of course it is, but it is real musicians' music. And I always sort of wondered exactly where they come from when they say that kind of stuff. And I realized that you need a certain knowledge as a musician playing the Brahms symphonies, knowledge that goes well beyond the notes, stuff that you need to know sort of before you can do well. And it is as basic as just how the bowing technique that needs to be Brahmsian with in the right style. Is one thing. So we have been exploring that at some length and some depth, and thoroughly enjoy it, I must say. But it caused me to talk a lot. I figured I was talking a lot at these rehearsals because I have to teach them everything. There are so many things in Brahms that are not on the page, that are there, and that you need to make everybody aware of. And so, but now we know. And so now we're going to just do our best. And one of the great pillars of the symphonic art, one of the reasons why we do what we do.
It is. Yeah. Brahms explores the soul of a musician.
Yeah.
I think more than...
That's right, and it's wonderful that we have a conductor who's as well versed as George is in being able to work on these issues that he's talking about with the students, so that we really like to think that we do get performances that have a great deal of depth and that have a great deal of insight into them, and that's because George does a wonderful job with the students, and I think our students are very glad that we're able to have that experience here.
That's absolutely true.
Well, we have great students here. I mean, and that is, I think this is an enviable place to be for those of you who are watching and thinking about where you might want to go to study music. I think this is a great place to be for the reasons that you just said. It's a small place, so we have lots of exposure to one another. but also because our standards are so nice and high. So we get such nice, accomplished people that we can work with, thus enabling us to do stuff that we do as well as we do. Which of course does not mean that we can afford people getting sick. We only have 3 bass players on this concert, and that really upsets me. And we need 5, and then 2 people are sick.
These things happen. This is part of learning how to be a professional musician.
Yeah.
Our dean, our fearless leader, Dr. Jan Robertson, is out with the same flu. So we're in the middle of a little bit of a
carrying
thing.
on the best we can.
We carry on, and we thank you so much for tuning in. There's just going to be a 5-minute pause before we begin this evening's concert. And
I need to change.
Yes,
right, George.
and get all of the students out here on stage. Thank you so much for tuning in.